Every single day, millions of people cross these bridges without giving them a second thought, linking Lagos mainland to the island. They carry workers to their offices, children to school, containers from Apapa ports, food into Lagos, and businesses worth billions of naira. To most people, they are simply part of the daily commute, but beneath the concrete, below the waterline, hidden from almost everyone, these bridges are fighting a battle against time, a battle against age, corrosion, heavy traffic, and one of the harshest marine environments in West Africa. Some of these bridges have stood for over half a century. Today, the federal government has begun a massive effort to preserve, rehabilitate, and in some cases, completely replace these critical structures. Lagos is unlike almost every other major city in Nigeria. It's not built around a single landmass. Instead, it is divided by lagoons, creeks, waterways, and islands. Without bridges, the Lagos we know today simply wouldn't exist. Every morning, traffic pours across a handful of strategic crossings. Some head towards Lagos Island, others towards Victoria Island. Some carry freight from the ports, others move commuters between the mainland and the commercial heart of Nigeria. These bridges are more than concrete structures, they are economic lifelines. If one closes unexpectedly, the consequences are felt almost immediately. Longer travel times, traffic gridlock, higher transportation costs, and delays that ripple across businesses and supply chains. That is why bridge maintenance is not just an engineering issue, it is an economic necessity. Many of these bridges were designed decades ago. At the time, Lagos had only a fraction of today's population. Vehicle ownership was significantly lower, heavy-duty trucks were fewer, urban expansion had barely begun. Yet today, these same bridges carry far more traffic than their original designers would have imagined. Every year adds another layer of stress. But traffic isn't their only challenge. The real enemy lives beneath the water. When people look at a bridge, they usually notice the road surface, the railings, the traffic, maybe the street lights. What they rarely see is the part doing the hardest work, the foundations, the columns, the underwater supports. These structures remain submerged every single day, exposed to moisture, salts, changing tides, floating debris, and decades of constant loading from above. Engineers call this the substructure, and when problems begin here, they aren't always visible from the road. That's why inspections below the bridge are just as important as resurfacing the roadway above. A bridge can appear perfectly normal to commuters, while engineers underneath are monitoring cracks, corrosion, settlement, or deterioration that requires interventions. That is one reason why governments around the world invest heavily in inspections and preventive maintenance, addressing issues before they become major safety concerns. During my visit to Carter Bridge, one detail immediately stood out: this project sign. It indicates emergency repairs to sections of the bridge substructure and other structural elements carried out by Julius Berger. For many commuters crossing above, this work would go completely unnoticed because from the roadway, everything appears normal. But beneath the bridge, maintenance is focused on the very components that keep the entire structure standing. Emergency repairs like this are often undertaken to stabilize or restore specific areas identified during engineering assessments. They are an important part of extending the service life of aging infrastructure. Yet, they also raise an important question. If emergency repairs have already been carried out, why has the federal government now approved the complete demolition and reconstruction of Iddo Bridge? While emergency repairs can address specific structural concerns, there comes a point in the life of some bridges where rehabilitation alone is no longer considered the most effective long-term solutions. Just a few kilometers from Iddo Bridge, another bridge tells a very different story. Unlike Iddo Bridge, where much of the work has taken place beneath the structure, here at Iddo Bridge, the reconstruction is impossible to miss. Heavy equipment, construction workers, temporary traffic diversions, fresh concrete, new reinforcements. This isn't routine maintenance. It's one of the most significant bridge rehabilitation projects currently underway in Lagos. But before we understand what's being rebuilt, we first need to understand why this bridge matters so much.
If government want to do the bridge, it's still important for the lower masses. You understand? Nobody will know what if it happen tomorrow. Anything can happen tomorrow. So nobody wish itself bad. If it dey under here now, it happen. You go see I die no happen, no dey under. So as the thing don't show sign like that, it good make them do them before everybody will go to say I die no.
We want government to do something about this bridge because most time we are the one that save many souls here. When trailers are coming, people will be on top the trailer and the bridge is down. It's not high too much. So many times we are the one that used to shout, hey, driver, you have to slow down, because there's people on top the vehicle that this bridge will hit. So the driver will not slow down. They will not be thanking us that you have saved many souls for us.
As bridges age, they require increasing level of maintenance. Sometimes a resurfacing is enough. Other times, engineers strengthen critical components, and eventually, some structures require major reconstruction to ensure they continue serving future generations safely. That is exactly what we are witnessing here. The Federal Ministry of Works has embarked on the reconstruction of Iddo Bridge as part of its broader program to preserve critical federal infrastructure across Nigeria. The objective is to restore structural integrity, improve durability, and extend the bridge's useful life while minimizing long-term disruption. If you've been following infrastructural projects in Lagos over the past few years, you may have noticed something. Bridge rehabilitation has become a recurring theme. First came extensive rehabilitation works on the Third Mainland Bridge. Now Iddo Bridge. Emergency interventions beneath Iddo Bridge, and plans for even more comprehensive works on critical bridge infrastructure. This isn't happening by coincidence. Across Nigeria, many major bridges built decades ago are approaching an age where periodic rehabilitation becomes increasingly important. The Federal Ministry of Works has repeatedly stated that preserving existing infrastructure is just as important as constructing new highways. The bridges of Lagos have witnessed decades of history. They have carried generations of Nigerians across the lagoon. They have connected communities, supported commerce, and helped transform Lagos into one of Africa's largest cities. Today, many of them are entering a new chapter. Some are being repaired, some are being reconstructed, and some may soon give way to entirely new structures. But one thing is certain: the future of Lagos will continue to depend on the strength of the bridges that connect it. If you enjoyed this documentary and would like to see more in-depth coverage of Nigeria's major infrastructural projects, from bridges and railways to highways, ports and airports. Consider subscribing to the channel. Every week, we travel across the country to document projects that are shaping Nigeria's future. If there is another project you would like us to cover, let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.